Konnichiwa, Zero Hayabusa toimasu, Yokoso, and welcome to the 30th episode and the premiere of Season 4 of Zero Hayabusa Reviews. Today's going to be a special review as I'm going to be reviewing an album. Today we are going to be reviewing Tool Fear Inoculum. Now, I've listened to this album for a while now since it's released back on since its release on August 30th, 2019. Now, this album has done leaps and bounds since its release, including making number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 200 charts. Yeah, it's made number 1 on the US Billboard 200, number 1 on the Norwegian albums, New Zealand albums, Canadian albums Billboard, Belgian albums, Ultra Top Flanders, and the Australian albums Aria. That is pretty big when you're number 1 in several countries. But the funniest thing was this album dethroned Taylor Swift's album. It dethroned Taylor Swift, and her little fanatics were just going nuts. They're like, no, this can't beat it. Well, guess what? It did. Anyway, getting down to my review of this album, I listened to it and it's not the same sound as, like past Tool albums such as like Anima, Lateralis, and 10,000 Days, but this does have the Tool sound. It just has more of a subdued sound. But I think that's what makes this album so above and beyond. Because a lot of people said that this album was actually musings from Maynard James Keenan's mind. And if these are the musings that he came up with, my God, this man is either crazy or he is a genius. And I think he's the latter of the two. He is a genius, a lyrical genius at that. But it came with 2 different versions. It came with a physical version, which only had 7 tracks, totaling 79 minutes, 10 seconds, which include Fear Inoculum, Pneuma, Invincible, Descending, Culling Voices, Chocolate Chip Trip, and Tempest, with the longest of the songs being Tempest, clocking in at 15 minutes 43 seconds. Wow. That's a long-ass song. Now, the digital had a few other tracks on it, which were track number 3, Litanie contre la peur, which means Litany Against Fear. And then you had Legion Inoculant, which was an instrumental. And then a bonus track at the end called Mocking Beat. Now, the digital, which was released on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud, totaled up to 86 minutes 38 seconds. Now, this is Tool's first album in 13 years. This was their first album in 13 years. The last album they came out with was 10,000 Days, back in, I believe it was 2006. Yeah, April 28th, 2006. Well, that was in Europe. It released in North America on May 1st, 2006. Technically May 2nd. but some people got their hands on it early. Well, this was released on August 30th, over 13 years since 10,000 Days was released. Now, there is a big transition, I will say, from that, or from 10,000 Days to Fear Inoculum. But let me tell you, the narrative has not changed. Tool is still just as awesome as they were 13 years ago. They're still awesome today. So, coming down to some of the ratings that this album got, let's take a look. Any Decent Music gave it a 7.6 out of 10. Metacritic an 81 out of 100. AllMusic 4.5 stars. Clash gave it a 9 out of 10. Consequence of Sound gave it an A-. Entertainment Weekly gave it a B+. Financial Times 4 stars. The Guardian gave it 4 stars. Kerrang! Gave it 5 out of 5. NME gave it 5 stars. Pitchfork gave it 5.4 out of 10. Ugh, assholes. Rolling Stone gave it 3.5 stars. So, when it comes to album ratings, I don't do the Shuriken scale. I do a 0 out of 100 scale. Or 0 to 100 scale. And when it comes to this album right here, I've listened to every single track that's on it, and I love this album. It is amazing. If you have not listened to it, you should go listen to it. Download it on Spotify, download it on iTunes or SoundCloud or whatever digital service there is. Heck, even go out and buy the album. You don't have to have the bonus tracks to hear some of the best songs on the album. But when it comes to my rating, I give Tool Fear Inoculum a 100 out of 100.
Good job.
I was very satisfied with this album. I loved every track. I loved the sound. It just puts you at this calm. What are your thoughts on this album? I want to get your thoughts on all this. Was it a pretty good album to you? Or was it a little less than satisfactory? Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of Zero Hayabusa Reviews. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click that bell icon so you get notifications on when I post brand new content for each and every single one of you awesome people out there. And you're awesome. Trust me. Don't lie. Don't try to hide it. You are all awesome. And as always, peace, love, and happiness to each and every single one of you. And I will see all of you in the next video. Sayonara, matane, Zero Hayabusa. Out.